In this video, we're going to learn how to use PostgreSQL procedures by building a simple but realistic bank money transfer simulation. We'll see how two customers send money to each other in an atomic and safe way, and later we'll connect to PostgreSQL using Python and call that procedure directly from our application. First, let's create a balance table in PostgreSQL. This table will represent our customers' bank accounts. After running the table creation, don't forget to click the refresh button. And just like that, we can see our newly created table. Now let's insert two customers into this table. Both of them start with $1,000 in their accounts. Let's select the table and take a look. Perfect. We can clearly see both customers, and yes, both balances are exactly $1,000. Now comes the fun part, creating the stored procedure. This procedure is called transfer money, and it does exactly what the name suggests. It safely transfers money from one customer to another. Let's walk through the logic together. First, the procedure receives three pieces of information: who is sending the money, who is receiving it, and how much money is being transferred. The very first thing we do is check the sender's balance. If the sender doesn't have enough money, we immediately stop everything and throw an error. This is extremely important. No partial updates, no broken data, just a clean failure. If the balance is sufficient, we continue. Next, we subtract the money from the sender's account, and then we add the same amount to the receiver's account. And finally, and this is the key point, we commit the transaction. That means either everything succeeds or nothing changes at all. This is what we call atomicity, and it's one of the most important concepts in database systems. Once the procedure is created, click the refresh button again, and you'll see it listed right there in PostgreSQL. Now let's use our procedure. First scenario, the first customer sends $1,000 to the second customer. Let's check the table. Great, the transfer worked. Now let's reverse it. The second customer sends $1,000 back to the first customer. We check the table again and we're back where we started. Balances are equal again, everything is consistent. But now let's ask an interesting question. Can the second customer send $1,100? Let's try. And boom, we get an insufficient balance error. Why? Because the money simply isn't there. And notice something important, even though an error occurred, no balances were changed. That's the power of atomic transactions. Now let's move to the Python side. In real-world applications, users don't call database procedures manually. Applications do. So let's see how Python connects to PostgreSQL and calls our procedure. First, we install the required database driver. I've already done this before, so I'm not running the command again. Next, we create a connection to our PostgreSQL database. Once the connection is ready, we enable auto-commit because our transaction logic lives inside the database. Then we define a Python function that calls our procedure. This function sends the sender ID, receiver ID, and transfer amount directly to PostgreSQL. We also handle errors properly. If something goes wrong, we roll back. If everything works, we confirm success. We also create another helper function to fetch and display customer balances. The first customer sends $100 to the second customer. Success. Now let's check the balances. The first customer has $900 and the second customer has $1,100. Everything looks correct. Now one last test. Can the first customer send $950? Nope. The transfer fails because there's not enough balance. And once again, the data remains perfectly consistent. And that's it. If you want more tutorials like this, make sure to check out the courses section. There are many free Python courses waiting for you. And if you'd like to support us, you can join the channel and subscribe on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and let's keep learning together.